Alrighty, hello, hello. Hopefully you all can hear me. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Sheshire, the Devil's Not So Funny Jester. And today, we are back with this here sculpture. Nose pass, we're going to be finishing it. Just going to do a couple more touch-ups and then we're going to be painting it. I have my acrylic paints ready. And yeah. Hope you're all doing well. Let me just make sure that the streams are working alright before I start. Because with my luck, nothing ever wants to work properly. So let me whip out the old block of clay. Okay, that's one up, making sure. Good. And let me try the other one. Alrighty, hello, hello, how's everybody doing today? Depending on where you are, you may or may not have been getting some snow. Okay, let's turn this one off. Make sure that everything is still working. Da 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 da. I don't know why it duplicates two different streams on YouTube, but it's decided to be difficult for no reason. That's okay. Alrighty. Without further ado, let's get into it. So my little nose pass here, he's starting to look more nose passy. I still have the reference up top on the screen there so y'all can see. About the little block of clay, we're mostly just going to be doing some minor shaping. And then we can move on to the paint. I know it's not going to be exactly the same, so I'm going to get out my knife later, a little X-Acto knife. And then we'll do some carving to finish it up. Move the camera a little bit this way. And then just move the paint out of the way for now. We'll need that later. I'll move the clay over here. Like that. So let me know if the music is alright or not. I'm still trying to figure out if it's loud enough. I feel like I need to boost the volume constantly because it is not showing up at all. We'll see if that's good or not. But I also don't want it to be too overpowering. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. No, gonna get some water. If it's starting to break off already, that is not a good sign. Just smooth that crap out of this. I'm also very much actively looking at the little reference photo on the top left there. Let's turn this little boy sideways. Smooth his brain. No lumps, no bumps, no wrinkles or folds. Okay. And then another thing I have to think about later is trying to adjust the correct colors. I mean, basically it's only three colors. You have the black, you have the blue, gray, and then you have like the pinky red. So the only thing is that those aren't really any kind of standard colors that come in a painting set. Right, you normally have the neons, the really, really bright colors, so we'll have to figure it out. Just thinking back to this guy on, I don't know if it's YouTube or TikTok, but he does like the perfect color matching. You give him a swab of literally anything and he can make paint out of it. I don't know how you do it. I worked with paint for years and still for the life of me I could never. Now, the interesting thing is, still is not showing up for me. Let me up the volume on the music, because at this point I feel like it's not coming through whatsoever. Okay, let's try that. So that seems to be maybe a little bit better. Okay. Just messing with my rigging. Okay. Flatten out this man's head. Every transgression must serve as a lesson. Yesterday you drew sorrow. What can you do tomorrow? So I'm trying to smooth this bit down. Really kind of want to actually start paying attention to the shapes now. I mean, beforehand it was sufficing just to get the bare bones of it, but now I need to actually pay attention. Because I'm going to have to sculpt out whatever doesn't match. La la la. You know, this is going to have to be sculpted to some extent. I think that's going to be unavoidable. Now, we can get the last of this clay. Really starting to look at it like this. The head shape is really, like, that's the very, very last bit that kind of matters, is just giving it the head shape. And then, after that, we can really just focus on sculpting out, like, the arms and the sharper angles, especially around the nose and the face. And then we'll move on to the painting after that. Okay. There we are. I'm staring behind from where the camera is right now. I'm like at a very awkward angle. I've got the shrimp posture going. Okay. Da 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 da. Still have my like damp rag from the first time. I'm surprised it hasn't grown mold yet. Wet the clay, and then grab some clay. Maybe I need to drop the volume a little bit. It's loud, at least for me. I don't know how it is for y'all. Okay. Smooth the last other end of the head there. Da, da, da. It's okay, ignore the lumpy looking back. Okay. Now then. Smoothing out the last part of the head there. Remember to keep wetting my finger there before I smooth it, because if I don't, I'm just going to create more bumps, which I'm then going to have to inevitably smooth over again. So, to end this cycle, I need to ensure that I do it right the first time. We don't half arse in this house, we only full arse. Okay, then let's get to smoothing out the back end here. Stay still. Stay up. Okay, you're still alive. Good. Now, also, just going to take this here. Make sure everything's fitting to the screen properly. Okay. For some reason on my end it was having a little stroke, and I don't know why. Strange. I don't know why it likes doing that. Okay, back to this, without further ado. More clay, more water. Smooth out this goddamn god-awful, wrinkly looking back. It's like an old bag here. Right, water. Oh, did I just mess up the front? No. No, this is still fine. Shave that portion down. Okay. More clay, more water. Smooth everything else down. End of time, end of time. Sorry, I have a bunch of songs stuck in my head. I need to figure out how to put the music through on a separate track instead of live. So then that way I can actually listen to nice sounding music. I mean, don't get me wrong, the chill hop, copyright free, it's fine, but no one ever actually listens to that, usually. At least I highly doubt it. Do people actively listen to like the generic copyright free music? Because I would love to just like put a playlist of my songs on Addo, Amelie, Moikleipi, that sort of thing. That'd be great. I need to look it up because I know there is a way you can separate the audio track so it doesn't integrate into the VOD. It's only during the live stream. There is a setting in OBS, but probably a little too dumb for that. Dun, dun. Oh, and my phone decided to jump off the planet and stop working. Let's try that again. Tracking. And there we go. We're back. It's alive. More water. Might make it easier if I smooth this out first. More water again. And just like that, the bumps are slowly gonna go away. Right. God, imagine it worked like that in real life. Just pass over with some water and everything would go away. Life would be a dream. Okay. Smooth that. Okay, get that over there. And then with some more water. Just continue to smooth this all out. Pivot. Pivot. Stay alive. Don't die. What did I just tell you? Stand up straight. Stand up, soldier. Come on. There you are. You're fully capable of standing up straight. Don't be useless. Okay. Now let's just get the water going. Da, da. More water. There we go. No, I don't know how much more I can do of this without being overly excessive, because I'm going to have to carve it all anyways. So we don't want to do unnecessary work, but I think it is beneficial just to try and smooth down as many of the wrinkles as I can beforehand. So it is going to save me time in the long run. Whoever can string and shoot through 12 axes cleanly. Never be as his queen. I'll try and flatten this edge out. See, it's sort of a double-edged sword. Because I wasn't working entirely with clay, right, from the beginning, I needed a structure to begin with, which means I had to create one and had let it dry. And then the only issue with that is that it does make it a little bit more difficult to assimilate the old clay into the new one. Not impossible, just more difficult. Just really have to work it in with water. There we go. And then we get the second option. Kinda looks like he's got a little dumpy now. Okay, more water. Smooth this edge down. that last part there. Tiny bit more clay. God damn it. Mr. Nosepass, I'm going to require you to stay alive. At least till the end. Then you can do whatever you want. Okay, I'll put the clay on the other end. Smooth that down. Da 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 da. See this, even, I hate country music, just to be honest, but this is honestly much better than that like standard hip-hop sort of beat trap thing going on. Just because it's like the instrument playing or whatever, it's chill. It's not the same thing as like that stupid goddamn techno beat over and over again. So even though I hate country music, I will 99 times out of 100 I will not listen to country if I have the option. But this is actually, you know, nice. But this is, I get them. It's more of almost campfire music. Da, da, da. Okay. With a constraint, my husband's so low and shoot through 12 axes cleanly. And then we'll just do that last little bit on the bottom here. Down, bow, bow. I was trying to be productive today. We're going to be more productive going into the future. Yesterday something came up and it took up like the whole day, which was unfortunate. So I was a little bit behind, but quite some time going forward. So we're going to be streaming more. Tomorrow, we'll see what's happening. I might be playing a game. We'll see. High Guard is coming out, so I might try that. And then I also want to start doing Military Mondays, which is taking characters, VTubers, etc., and giving them military outfits. So I might be doing both, but we'll see how long I'm going to be streaming for. Depends. And then some other videos in the works, longer ones, right? Not just shorts anymore, but that still probably might take another week or two at least. And then I'm going to continue working on the model, but for now I'm going to do a little bit more character work illustration so I can change the foogies from time to time, and then start making thumbnails for these lives. Smooth that all down. Crap ton of water. Still hope the other nostril can put a pencil in it. Because if that isn't the case, this is all for nothing. Okay. La 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 la. Okay. Starting to look like our boy. Let it sit just for a couple minutes there. And then I'm going to start hacking away at it with a little knife. Gotta make sure that this is... Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Make sure that he's in frame. Yeah, how are y'all doing? Hopefully today's going alright. I know I streamed a little bit later than usual, aimed more 6 or 7, but figure as long as we stream today, it's okay. We're just going to be consistent. Aiming for probably once a day, or every other day at least. Don't aim, probably maybe 3 to 4 times a week at least, and then try for more. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I think that was enough time. I can start hacking away at this little guy now. Let's get out the knife. Actually, you know what? Let me put away the other clay first. Sorry, bud. Stay. Stay. Okay. Pay no attention to the clay behind the curtain. There we go. See, I used up like half a goddamn block of clay. That is a lot of... Well, a lot more than I was anticipating, to be fully transparent. Unlike clay. Leave that there. Alrighty. So now then... What do you have there? A knife! No! Come here, bud. Dun, dun, dun. Now, where do I start hacking away at first? So I could start chipping away at the nose. Or do I want to start with the arm? There we go. Start peeling away. Sir, do you have a license for that? No. You're not getting a license. Just don't ask again, or I won't shank you. I'm gonna try not to cut towards myself, but it's okay. It's an X-Acto knife. These things aren't exactly sharp, and mine's dull to begin with. However, children, don't play with knives, and never cut towards yourself. You always cut away, okay? I will not encourage bad habits. It's different if I do them, though. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, I'm trying to get the sides on the arm there, because I'm looking at it there, and it seems like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. Leather and string. Slow and steady. A little knife. Penelope has his queen. Where is he? Where is the man who can string this bow? I know I'm cutting directly towards my thumb. It's okay. We're being very slow. Very precise. Very demure, or whatever the hell the youth say. See, I've been stuck in hell for a very, very long time. I may only be... Actually, I'm not going to say my age. I may be young, right? But I've been in hell for a very long time, so I say I'm like spiritually 87. Which means I don't know what any of the youth speak is. All the 6, 7s and the... whatever the hell else they're saying now. I'm very out of touch. Like, I had to have somebody explain to me what cooking meant the other day. Not like cooking food, but like to cook or being cooked. See, this is much more dangerous. Okay. Penelope has his queen. Slowly, 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 not too much force. And there we go. Okay, that went alright. See, that arm is somewhat fine. It's okay. Now if I move on to the other one, right, we want it relatively flat, so we're going to cut the inside there where kind of that armpit flappy sort of thing would be. Sorry, rock. You don't have feelings. You don't have nerves. It's okay. I can stab you a little bit. So then if I'm assuming it's the same as the other side, so we'll cut it this way. See, look at that. Look how smooth that is. Sharp. And we'll hack it. It's more triangular on this side. Triangulate. Good. Good triangulation. Triangulating. Hack away at it a little bit more. Slow and steady. Oh, I don't want to pull it. Slow and steady. Just saw at it. I don't want to rip the whole arm off. There we go. It's fine. Triangulate. Then we're going to saw the top off. Just a little bit. Oh, I just stabbed it in the neck. Good thing that wasn't a real person, because I would have killed them and been sued for medical malpractice. And then I'm going to cut this along this end, and yes, this is very dangerous, I know. Slow, gentle, gentle, gentle. There we go. No Cheshires were harmed in the making of this video. See, it's more on an angle though, which is why I'm thinking I could cut it again. There we go. I just did that quickly. And that wasn't dangerous at all. Now, where am I cutting next? Do I want to do the head? Or do I want to do somewhere else? Maybe I start trimming this guy. Start cutting away at you there. Start smoothing down the forehead. And then we'll hack away at the other part here. Okay. Keep it very... I was going to say keep it very, very still and stable, and I absolutely biffed that. Do this other part. Da, 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 da. Okay, you know, that's looking relatively fine. It's relatively okay. Now then, rotate here. Pivot. Take out this little angle. Slowly. Okay. Okay. It's relatively consistent. Now we'll go on the other side. And And then if it's like the other side, we'll just trim it a little bit. Okay, should I maybe, this is going to be the important, scary part, but we're going to work on the nose. And now we'll cut the other end. No, stay. I perhaps did not give it enough time. That is okay. Because with the power of water, I can smooth it. It's okay. The power of water fixes everything. Okay. Now then, what kind of leader can tell it from evil? Gonna hack away at the nose here. Okay, a little angle. Flatten the rest. Okay. Now that that side is relatively fine, I'm gonna do it to the other one. Carve it out. Just a little bit, not too much. If they put too much force, I'm just gonna snap everything. And then this whole thing will have been for naught. Grab another little kniff. Then I'm just gonna slowly cut away at this part, so that I don't completely ruin everything. Okay. Now then, should that be okay? Just continue to flatten out this end then. There we go. Add some more water just to smooth out the edges now because it is sort of cracking in the corner. Da, da, da. And now let's focus on the end. Where do I want it? Like here? And then I put that, I'll put it here. So, should it be a little bit shorter? Maybe a little bit shorter than that. Now remember just to be very, very careful. What about that? Okay, and then I kind of have a line. That'll be the line going down. Just trying to get this little nick out of here. Trying to make sure I keep it in frame. I just pulled it completely out. Sorry about that. There we go. Stand up straight, soldier. Now for the other nose end. I'll just make a little snippet. Now I want to be very, very slow. I slip. Whew, okay, I almost took out the arm. That was how you say incredibly close. Bow, bow. You know, he's a little crooked, but that's okay. Stay. Stay up. Dun, dun, Now the only thing really now is just the legs and this little bottom portion here. Sort of like the body. I'm nicking the arm. I need to stop doing that. Now we'll turn the leg. We're cutting it. I don't even know how many sides are on it. Should I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna assume it's 6 sides, but full transparency, I don't think I'm gonna make it 6 sides. As long as it stands. There we go. We just want it to stay relatively up. Okay. How is that looking? Maybe just that last tiny shaping here. Make this transition smoother. Now then, let us get out the paints. Whacked the crap out of the microphone, sorry. Da 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 da. Trying to see, it might have a blue that I can come close to. I might need to mix in the lighter color. Of course they don't have goddamn white. Yes they do, never mind, I'm blind. These are always such a pain to open. Oh, look at that, it even comes with brushes. How convenient. If it didn't, I was going to have to use watercolor brushes, but oh well. It's all the same thing. It's not like I had crazy expensive anyways. So, let's see what comes with it. We have 3. It's like a medium size, and then 2 relatively smaller ones, which is nice. I don't know about other people, but I usually tend to just stick with one brush, then just clean it off as I go if I need different colors, but I'm thinking, we have 3 colors, why not just use the 3 brushes? So, yeah. The big brush is going to be our blue, right? We can just do that as a base color first, and then we can add the pink and the black on top afterwards. So we'll put the other 2 aside for now, right there. Then we get a Ziploc. I'm going to be using the paint on top of the Ziploc, because we're going to have to try and mix some colors. So I have something like acid blue. No, this is Viridian. Navy blue. So do we go navy blue and then lighter? Oh, of course, everything is sealed. God damn it. I'm gonna have to stab it. You know what? I have a knife. What am I doing? Oh no, it came out. Okay. Oh crap. It's a little bit more than what I had anticipated. Shite. Let me move this up a little bit. Just don't want to put too much blue. I want a little bit of white, and then we're going to see if I can mix the color. I'm not that guy on YouTube Shorts or TikTok who can match it with perfectly with just my eyes, so this might take a little bit of trial and error. And I only have so much paint, so I want to be really, really careful. That's a little bit of white. McMiller, I'm doing alright, and yourself? Trying to match this blue for the nose pass, so I'm going to be mixing in some paint here and see if I can match it. It's a little bit light. That might need to mix in some yellow instead. We're going to try use color theory. Trying to stay warm with no electricity and it being 20 degrees. Oh, I know. Me too. It's absolutely freezing outside. I don't know about you necessarily, but we have tons and tons of snow here. Hopefully you have candles or something else, or lots and lots of blankets to bundle up with. Alright, you never think about what you need until you actually need it. We used to have a bundle of them. Bunch of blankets, but the state of Louisiana is not built for that. Oh boy. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've heard the states having really, really cold weather, especially down there. At least where I am, it's basically always cold, so I'm pretty much used to it. I don't know, I'm a bit of a weirdo. I love cold weather, but I understand it's not comfortable, especially if you're used to warmer weather. Especially if it's usually humid too, because cold and dry, and it can also do awful, awful things to hair and skin and all that sort of crap. But that's probably the least of your worries right now. Hopefully I can distract you then. With, like, open this stupid goddamn paint. I'm gonna stab you. Got my knife. There we go. Let's try just a little bit of yellow. Used to live in Arkansas, used to snow and everything, but there was no way to, yeah. Unfortunately, if you're in a place that's not built for it, then you're kinda SOL. Well, hopefully the power comes back on soon and they have somebody working on that. I'm sure it's a #1 priority in a state like that to get it up and running again, but hang in there in the meantime, bundle up, and don't try and move around too much. You're going to burn warmth faster. Okay, I think this is actually a pretty close match. No, that's way too dark. Add some more white. It's okay, I can change it afterwards still. We're just doing a base coat. No, depending on what city you're in, or even some places, everything is essentially shut down with snow. Over here it doesn't, but schools and all the stores will probably be closed. Oh, right. Yeah, the cars aren't used to it. There's over 80,000 people with electricity and they're moving slow as hell. The trucks keep getting stuck because they don't have chains, so then tow trucks that have chains have to pull them out. Yeah. Makes sense. I know at least where I am, it's illegal to have chains on your wheels, which is incredibly stupid because they don't want to damage the road, but if it's always snowing, then you should. I know certain parts of Europe they do. But yeah, I can imagine, especially if you're not used to driving in the snow too. A lot of people either drive like idiots or they just panic, which is fair if you're not used to it, and it's very, very dangerous. Well, hopefully you and everybody that you know is safe at least. That's all you can do, unfortunately, is just hope that nobody gets hurt at a time like this. I know it's been wild the last couple of years. Places that are normally really, really hot are getting frozen over. Places that are usually freezing cold are getting really, really hot. I know we had, at least where I am, record heat waves during the summer. And it's never been like that before. And now everybody in the States too, like Texas and places are getting freak snowstorms. The world is going to hell. Hell in a handbasket. Also let me know if the volume is doing alright. I can up the music too, or we can add some sound effects. I know I have some like winter ones in the background, but if that's a I can put on some summer instead. Maybe some birds chirping. That'll help with the mood. Here, let me see. Let's get something more summertime. It's good? Okay, so leave the same volume. Here, let's look at... Let's reduce the polar wind, so we don't want freezing. We'll do... maybe some birds? There we go. And some campfire noises. There we go. That's to help warm you up. Or, you know, I'll turn it down a little bit because that is going to get annoying fast. And we'll do some cicadas too. Some nice summer noise. Okay. Yeah, we gotta try and distract you there. Okay, I need some more paint. I'm running out fast, and hopefully I don't blow through this whole tube. It's like these little things are all that come in the damn package, so... If I mix in the white, navy blue, and yellow... Okay. Just a tiny bit. Some yellow. Probably gonna have to do much more white. It seems like it's way darker than what I need it to be right now. Da 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 da. Come on. Get. There you go. Da 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 da. Move that into frame. So you can see me absolutely fumbling around with the paint. I'll make it really, really light. Add a tiny bit of yellow. It's probably closer. Let's see. So that's still probably much too dark. Need to make it way lighter. It's almost like a slate gray. It's just a lot of blue undertones to it, and my lighting in my room is yellow, which is incredibly stupid, but it's okay. Maybe just a tiny bit more blues. No, actually, surprisingly, the paint does wonders for hiding the texture. It's a little wrinkly, like an old grandma here with all the little cracks and crap, but for the most part, it gets rid of it, which is nice. And actually, I didn't test if it was going to work as a pencil sharpener, which I probably should to make sure. I mean, it's a little late now, but as far as I'm aware, there's still room for it to fit. But let me grab a pencil just to see. Stay. Stay there. Come out, wherever you are. Got it, okay. Pencil. Nostril. Insert. Twist. There we go. It's working, I can hear it. I don't know. Oh, I don't have the audio connected to the camera, so that's not going to work, but see, it is sharpened. And yeah, there are pencil shavings falling out. Okay, it works. Thank God. I'm not a complete failure. Get rid of the pencil. Now I wonder, actually, what if I use a little bit of water to thin out the paint? Right? That'll give it more uniform color. These are the sort of tips they don't teach you. More blue, more white. I may or may not have not bought enough, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, maybe I do add a little bit of water. See, water solves absolutely everything. Can't live without it. Both literally and figuratively in this case. You have like 3 days without water. And too much water is sometimes bad too, like snow. Snow is too much water. A little bit of yellow, some more white. And I'll restock my blue again. Stay up, don't fall over. And blue, dubba-dee, dubba-die. However the song goes. It's a bunch more blue, I'm gonna need it anyways. If only I didn't have all these colors and I instead had blue. Let me take a look at the colors I have. There is... Does it not have the name on it? The name's on the container, isn't it? God damn it. Show me the container. I think we have like a dark purple. Oh, it says on it, I'm blind. Not only am I stupid, I'm also blind. And then we also have rose. That one's nice. Probably going to use that later for the nose. Red. They were very creative with this color name. Flesh pink. Sickening. Truly. Gross. Orange red. They're also very creative, and I feel like, God, the screen is making this much more yellow than it actually is in real life. See, this is much more of a red here, but I think there's only so much I can do. This one's just orange, right? Guess they just gave up trying to name the regular colors. Bright green. See, but I feel like this has almost a blue to it. white. They're very, very, very creative, I assure you. Black, right? I'm never going to end up using this. Raw umber, which is just a fancy way to say brown. See, they get really fancy with the beige and the browns tones and all that sort of thing, the stuff that nobody ever uses. Burnt sienna, which is a fancy way of saying red-brown. Acid blue. I've never seen an acid that's this blue color, but maybe it's like acid trip blue, which I also have never seen. Viridian, which is really just sort of a dark teal color. And then we have the navy blue, which I am using, and is probably only about halfway left now. Sorry, I can't stay along my phone. Oh, don't worry about it. Keep your battery alive, stay safe. That's much more important. Some navy blue, yellow ochre. So this is like a beige yellow. And that's it. I wish the tubes would have been a little bit bigger though. But I mean, I got it for cheap, so I can't really complain. Yes, catch you later. Please do take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Try and stay warm. Okay, now back to this painting here. Let's mix in some white and some blue. Dun, 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 dun. Just the tiniest bits of yellow. Spread that out over the rest of it. We're gonna pivot. And I'm getting paint all over myself. God, I'm a slob. Some more blue. Some more white. Can't tell if that's close to the tone or not. I mean, the brightness on the live stream isn't really going to help. Pull a little bit closer. See, the brightness is really, really bad. And I don't know why it's dimming it. I assure you it's much lighter in person. Like that. It's my really stupid yellow light in my room, and I don't know what it is, like an LED or a fluorescent or something, but the bulbs are awful. I don't know why anybody would ever want to have, oh, that's what it is, warm toned light. I don't like it. Cool tone light is fine, or a bright white, which is essentially just a pure white. Those are fine. But I really think warm toned whites are just gross for absolutely no reason. It's never worth it. I'll add more whites to this. Dun, dun, dun. A little bit yellow. I don't want to make it too bright. For y'all watching, you're just going to have to trust the process and assume that it is going to look more like the color there, because it is very much different compared to the screen, what you're seeing, so. You're just gonna have to trust that I'm not a complete fool. me try and get a little closer. Or, Da, da, da. There we go. The angle is not flattering, but more white and blue. Just base coat it with blues. See, it comes across as like incredibly dark, but it's really not. Add some white. Tiny bit of yellow, some more white. Some more of that. Okay, even more blue, painting the legs now. Just checking in again. Hopefully everyone's doing well still and no one's freezing. Well, if you are freezing, at least you're gonna hopefully get warm soon. I can only hope that the weather doesn't last forever. Alright, just make sure my stream isn't dead or dying and nothing else is going horribly, horribly wrong. Okay. Other than that, that's one. Let me make sure that my YouTube isn't dead either. Because you never knew anymore. OBS is a pain. Yep, still alive. Okay, everything else is good. All's fair in love and war. Now back to painting. Because that's what you're here for, not my colorful and totally not weird commentary. Da, 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 da. Okay, we're just going to turn this around a little bit. Add more blue. We're really just going to have to trust the process here, because we'll add little differences to the color and more so at the end. We'll just get the main coat in blue, and then I can start to add pink for the nose, and then we'll do the black around the eyes. More behind the head. Let me turn this thing around. There we go. Looks a little bizarre. It's almost like a blue Monokuma, for anybody who understands what that means. I'm also very big into Danganronpa. Anybody excited for 2x2 or Danganronpa 4 coming out soon? I am most 100% absolutely going to play it when it comes out. I was late to get into Danganronpa because it was more the last couple of years that I found out about all the Danganronpas and play them, so I'm way behind, but it'll be nice to actually see that come out and get to experience it and not have everything immediately spoiled. Because, I mean, the other games, if you look up Danganronpa, you immediately know who the mastermind is for the first one, and everything's sort of all out in the internet, which means that for a mystery game, the era of surprise is relatively low. Which isn't great, but that's not the game's fault. I got to see, from the same creator, 100 Line Last Defense Academy, and that was great. I didn't play through all the endings, just because I didn't necessarily have time for it, but that was great. I love the characters, the designs on it was cool. And, what else? They had the one with Yuma, Coco Head, whatever his face was, the Raincoat. That one I really, really liked as well. The only thing was, I think some of the dialogue could have been worked on. Just from the characters, it's come across as a little bit goofy, but Really love the premise of that and the powers and the detective thing. Like, those are my kind of games. I could play that forever, or I could watch streams of that forever and ever and ever. So I'm definitely planning on streaming Danganronpa 2x2 when that comes out. Trying to think now. Who am I most interested to see in Danganronpa 2x2? Because the story's going to be different, right? Stuck on an island, murder game, all that sort of thing. But because it's not just a graphics update, they are remaking the game, and some people think it may be like a completely new game with completely new characters, and it's all just like a haha, got you, but I don't know. I think the premise will be different, but other than that, the characters will stay the same. I really like Chiaki, Nekomaru, who else? The swordswoman Peko. God, I have a thing for Chapter 2 killers, I guess. It's not a spoiler, it's been out for years at this point. So it'd be interesting to see how that changes. I should do some Danganronpa art at some point. That might be interesting when we get closer to the date. Draw some of them. Oh, and another thing to consider, I've been toying around the idea, since I have this little handy-dandy camera now that I can use to do these sorts of hand cams, I was thinking about what to do in the future. And painting, not necessarily sculpting, it's not always my forte, but painting, I could do some more of that, like on a canvas, and set that up. That might be interesting. So, pencil shavings. We know the pencil sharpener works at least. Now I'm faced with the truth. All those poor souls. Okay, that's set up. Good. I'm gonna have to try and fill in the cracks on this eventually. I have lots of like little spots here. Also, I know I keep saying this over and over and over, but I really have to assure you, it looks completely different in person. I swear the colors are much closer. Okay, there we go. Just sort of use the color to smooth it out. Add to it. The color's gonna hide everything. Just, smack it with paint. That'll do the job. I'm trying not to get in the way because my shadow is gonna make it absolutely worse. I know the lighting isn't helping, and it's very, very frustrating. Because I can see that the color is fine. But y'all can't. I'm trying to see if I... There's not really much I can do unless I do some sort of filter on it. No, I don't think so. Unless maybe I do add a filter. I'm gonna see now. Maybe I can add a filter that'll alter the color. Let me do some investigating. No, effect filters. Let's do Luma key. Nope. That does not help. Let's get rid of that filter. Let's try something else. You know, it's fun. We're going to experiment with OBS and see if I can change the color so that it's more natural. Color correction. Let's try that. Gamma. Nope. Actually, maybe. Contrast. Maybe that is closer. Brightness, no. Brightness is fine. Yeah, let's go back to defaults. Yeah, it definitely is darker. So let me just up the no, the brightness is not the issue. Back to normal. Let's up the contrast a little bit more. And increase the gamma slightly. There we go. I think that's going to be better. See how you can tell it is much closer of a color. I wasn't lying. Hue shift, no. Okay, that's really, really bad. It's like salt lamp, monotone. Salt lamp, monotone. Okay, well I know it's not like that. Let's try that. See, my hand is more orangey now, but I mean it's fine. The color is relatively consistent. The only thing that matters is that this is much closer to the actual color that I have here. Right? That way you can see it better. Now let's pivot, 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 stand up straight, stand up straight, stay. Okay. This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. No matter what you're chasing, find out da-da-da-da-da. If anybody here has heard of Epic, I still have that music stuck in my head no matter how many months pass. I don't know what it is, but the calm, tranquil, like, copyright-free music just brings me back to Epic for some reason. Okay. And now that y'all can see the color is much closer, I don't need to keep saying it, so I'll just say it one more time and get it out of my system. Finish applying that, and I see all the little gaps and cracks, but it's okay. That doesn't matter. We're going to do that later. It's okay, don't focus on the imperfections, because then you'd be looking at the whole thing. Okay. This bottom corner here we're painting, where like the little butt is. Da da da, I know you're watching me, show yourself. I can see you. Can you see through my spell? No. Absolutely not. We're not doing the people. No, thank you. No. No. Let me find something else then, because I am absolutely not doing that. No. Maybe I should do this. Swear to God, if I hear somebody start speaking, you're getting stabbed. I have my knife ready. Start speaking, I dare you. Don't you ruin this for me, music. Don't you ruin this for me. I'm waiting. We're gonna give it 5 more seconds. No speaking. Maybe you're good? You got lucky this time. Okay. Back to painting this. Alright, I forgot I could be using water, see if that'll smooth it out. That seems to be helping by filling in the cracks there, making the coat just a little bit more consistent. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now let's pivot this again. What matters mostly is the front. So I should probably finish that. Stand up straight. Stand up straight, soldier. Should maybe add some more white. I'm gonna blow through this container real fast. Now I only have so much left. I need to get those like massive tubes you get for the art classes in high schools. Like huge containers of it, but let's get some water. Doesn't really matter where I get the paint around here anyway, since this is just the base. The pink and the black can go on top of it, no issue. Da 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 da. So I feel like the filter is a little bit too bright. Let's go on the filters. Let's close that. Maybe that's a little bit better. How's my hand? Still saturated as all hell. That's okay. Also, just away from where everything is set up, I'm not looking at it directly straight on. I'm kind of looking at it from the side. So I'm looking over to my left, constantly trying to see the image on OBS so that I can see the other half. That's okay. The only thing that matters is that y'all can see. Da, 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 da. Let's get some water in this. And I just got paint all over my hand. I'm an idiot. God damn it. Okay. I mean, I'm thinking now, because I'm getting to where the pencil would normally go in, the paint shouldn't have enough of a thickness to make a difference, really. And I mean, even if there's a slight difference in the width of the hole due to the paint being on it, just the smallest amount of force should crack it on the inside, at least, that the pencil can get in. You know what? Not as goofy looking as I thought. I mean, it's still not perfect by any means, but he's doing alright. I know it's shaded from my big arse head, ignore that. Now moving on from there, we're going to ignore this part. I mean, I'm painting where the nose is, sort of, but I have to get up and behind it in that little eye socket. It's going to be painted over with black, but it's always good to have quite a few coats on it, just because if the paint ends up drying or chipping or falling off, you still have something behind it. I also have experience doing art classes back in grade school there, and they dock marks because you have a small, tiny piece of the canvas that's showing through from the bottom, which is fine. Whatever. Learning. Okay. All of that done. Now we got the other little arm close to finished. Maybe I should pivot him just a little bit. Oh, he looks a little goofy. Oh, he looks so goofy, but that's okay. That looks like a weird deformed penguin this way. Da, 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 da. Squinting from very far away right now. I mean, he looks vaguely like it. Mix some more blue and some white. We'll get this other end. Let me grab the poor fella. Come here, blue boy. Shabba-dabba-da-da-da. Okay. Sometimes I have to remember that I'm talking inside my head and not out loud. I have a little inner monologue going. Which is funny, because I don't. Sometimes I think I have aphantasia, like there's absolutely nothing going on, and other times I'm having like Shakespearean levels of dialogue just with me, myself, and I there. And I'm not schizo. Right, we gotta clarify. I don't need to be locked up. Little blue guy. You know, I think I might actually have enough paint to get through this. Can't really do 2-3 coats on it, but you know, 1-2 is enough. And then just touch-ups. I got my mind set on you. Okay, still checking in. Y'all are doing alright? Everybody still alive? If not, you're gonna have to let me know. You have to type I'm dead. Good. Everybody's still alive. Okay. This little blue guy's struggling. He's alive, but, you know, barely. Okay, good. Da, 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 da. Really, as long as we get the basic colors done today, I'll be happy. I don't know how late I'm gonna go. Because I'm not a degenerate who sleeps in from the morning and wakes up in the afternoon, so... At most, we're doing another hour, but as long as I got the base, I don't think so. I can probably make underneath darker, just so it has like the natural illusion of being a little bit more shaded. La da da da. Okay. Now I have that little bit there going. See, this one is nice. This is much better than the trap music. I don't know what it is. You're gonna hear me say that a lot and complain, but I mean, this is nice. It has like the summery vacation almost. It's like at the end of a tropical spy movie or something. Like, that sounds really stupid, but that's what it sounds like to me. It's nice. Is it necessarily to paint the bottom? No. Is anybody gonna see this? No. But I'll know. And I'll know that it's not fully painted, so I have to fully paint it. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, the other footsie. Well, if it was originally supposed to have sides, and I kind of just made it like circular mush, but that's okay. You know what? It's not good. But it's also not good. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, we'll get the other end there for the most part. You can see his little hole there where the shavings are coming from. Get some more blue. Cover it. Some white. Some white. I don't even know what you'd call this color. Like, it's not a baby blue or sky blue. Because there is almost like that kind of purpley or yellow undertone to it. Like, it's definitely blue, but it's almost like a blue-gray sort of pale. Like slate gray with some blue, because slate gray is way too dark. Okay. Da, da, da. Go around here, make sure I keep moving it off to the side. Sheshire, focus, keep it in frame. Da, da, da. See, now I feel like I kind of have to let it dry, which means I kind of need to let it sit, which means I kind of... let it lay like that. Oh no, the blue man, he's dead. We'll paint the back a little bit. So I can see where I've missed. Okay, we got the rest of it there. Now then, more white. More white. All those poor souls. We all living for the rush, for the rush. I just realized my hand was covering the camera, sorry. And you can't help falling, going on into eyes of bleak till you break your losing streak. I should be careful, Amazon's gonna sue my arse. I mean, I don't sound even remotely close, but you never know. Saw an interview about the creator of the composer, well, the music for Husband Hotel earlier today, so now all the songs are gonna be on repeat too. I just have a lot of songs on repeat in my brain. I know nothing about music, but I love listening to it, which I feel like that's a lot of the population is just... don't really understand how it works. Sounds nice. I mean, I want to. I love listening to videos of, you know, vocal coaches reacting to stuff or breaking it down, or, you know, songwriters behind something, explain the process, but do I know the difference between a sharp or a flat or a major or a minor? No. I'm not even gonna pretend to. It's all gibberish to me, but still kind of cool. It's like when I start talking about a varathane or using acetone versus mineral spirits and yada yada yada, you're gonna clock out if you don't know what I'm talking about, but something like paint even, there's lots of different types. And they all have different applications and even drying times and working times. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna need you to stay up. Stand still. I'm gonna need you to please stand. Okay, good. See, I don't know what it is, because I feel like half the time the position's fine and he stands up, and then the other half of the time he's about to fall over. And I don't want to tempt fate. Because he will absolutely fall over if I keep talking about it, but... Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's paint the dark underside here. See, I'm also thinking, do I want to do almost like the line art on it, kind of? On the corners? Like, maybe that'll be something that could help with it. Da, da, da. Fall of my rights, I turned into wrong. And I got paint all over my hand. Oh well. Just get some dark blue under there. And then also get a bunch of water and have that smooth it out. As long as I protect the things that I believe. Okay. It's mostly done. Shall I move on to the pink or red or something like that? Let's do that. Also, I swear, the scale looks better in person, but it's just not. Whoever can string my husband's old bow. Let's take off that filter and see if the intensity is going to change at all. I want to get as close as possible to normal, but if not, there's nothing else that I can really do. Okay, let's crank the gamma way down. That's not it. No contrast. Moderate contrast. No, the bright. Sorry, I just flashbanged you all. Let's set everything to default. So that's way darker than it should be. Up the brightness a little bit. Hue shift. Saturation. Gamma. Let me just delete the filter. I'm just gonna go on filters, delete this. Okay. Wow, that really made it dark. Okay, so now that I know, we're going to apply the color correction. A bit more gamma, a little bit more contrast, up brightness slightly. However, we're going to do a little bit more saturation. There's some hue shift. I feel like that's kind of the color, but I probably should not have done that. Defaults. Yes, there we go. A little bit brighter with the gamma, more contrast, some brightness, and maybe a little bit more saturation. You know, that's fine. It's not perfect by any means, but that'll have to do. Let's get the pink. Stay up. Don't you dare fall over. I'll shank you. Nose pass, don't you do it. Don't you fall over. I will do it. Good. So now we're going to paint this paintbrush aside. We'll get one of the small ones, and then I will mix and match. I think rose is what we're going to need. Rose, and I think a little bit of the like flesh colored one. Where did that go? Yeah, rose and flesh pink. I think if we combine those two, that'll probably get us closer. It's almost like an eraser color, like if that makes sense. Okay. Trying to get the stupid lid off and it's stuck. God damn it. No, it's fine. little shank. You take her little shank, twist it around a little bit. There we go. Let it know who's boss. It's just a tiny bit of pink for now. I need to figure out the color mixing first, and then we can add a little bit more as I need. All those poor souls. I'm gonna knock my computer off with my chair. And then we have the flesh-colored one now. That sounds incredibly wrong. Now it's time to mix them and see what that's going to end up doing. I think maybe, you know, it's not bad, but I think the flesh color should be the stronger color in this arrangement. I think I maybe should have gone with the red instead of the rose, but the city's cold and empty. And then we'll just keep applying the paint over and over and over again. And try and get it to a point where color will be even close to it. I mean, the shading isn't great because it'll have to dry first, then I layer it again because you can kind of see the coats underneath it. Oh, now time to lift this guy. I'll paint this inner side too. With the flesh color. See, I really need to find out who names these. I seriously need to get that job. Because if you can be paid to just come up with these stupid names, that is a lovely job to have. And I do this anytime I use paint. I look at the name because 9 times out of 10 it's like a crackhead who decided it. Now there's only so much more I can do right now because it needs to dry and set again. I don't know what to do. Thought I was righteously leading up people, but now I'm faced with the truth. The other side of the nose. Okay. some more to this inner side here. Just so I know where to continue painting next time. I was gonna say, I think that's getting close to the end for today. I'll have to wait and then layer it again. And then wait some more and do some more layering and just keep at that process. Alrighty. I mean, it's not the worst for now. Ta-da! I mean, look at where we're at. Right? Isn't that great? Nose angle is interesting, but we're not going to focus on that. It's my little nose pass. His name is Booger. Or Goober. I feel like that might be less nasty looking. Alrighty, well. Thank you everyone for coming by. My name's Sheshire, the Devil's Not So Funny Jester, and I'll see y'all later. For those of you on YouTube, I might end that stream first, and then I'm going to raid on Twitch into somebody else, but thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you all so much. And until then, I will see you all later. Here. Okay, let me open this up. How do I end the stream? I don't want to just pull a plug on everything. But alrighty. See you later, YouTube. Bye.